Hey there, Blade fans. Welcome back. OG Blade Reviews with you. But you know that, unless you lost your way and you thought you were going to Home Depot or something. I review knives of all sorts and tactical implements, martial arts stuff, you name it. I have done some business recently, actually over the past few years, with a outfit by the name of Tactical Elements. Real interesting place to buy your microtech and some one-off customs. And recently we had some interesting knives made in the Philippines that were hand forged. A lot of you had some interest in those, and anyway, what Tactical Elements has sent me, because they are now on a deep discount because they were discontinued, are a few items from RaidOps. That's how I'm going to pronounce that rather than RaidOps or RaidOps. RaidOps. They are a South Korean company. And they have their knives made in a number of different places, knives and other objects that I'll show you, impact weapons. They do a lot with titanium impact weapons. This one is made in Italy, of all places. It is, as you can see, the Centauro CF Mini, CF for carbon fiber. And yeah, it doesn't say made in Italy on the box, but it does on the knife. So let's take a look at that. That's what you're getting inside, kind of a schematic, sort of a sketch. And their packaging is pretty decent. There's a little literature. Tells you a lot about the company. I'm not going to get into that, but you can freeze frame that. Their motto is, one, defend your body, defend your spirit. Increasing your survival success, ergonomic, functional, eidetic, I don't know what that is, and progressive design. Once in a while, there's words that I haven't run across in the English language. There was a lot of packing inside. I took it out already, so we're going to take a look at the knife. And once again, I thank the folks at Tactical Elements for thinking of me and sending this knife my way. Got a couple other things I'll be showing you as well. Now, this is a made in Italy, and it is a Centauro, what is it again? Good God. Centauro, I was going to say Centauro CF Mini. And they've got it discounted down. See if we can zoom in a little, because it isn't the biggest knife, but it ain't teeny either. They got it discounted down right now in early September from $220 to $95, and it's from M390. That is quite a price drop. And I have heard that these are most likely made by Viper in Italy, and Viper was recently purchased by Fox. But I have some excellent, really excellent Viper knives. So you can be assured that the workmanship on this manufacturer is really good. Titanium on the clip side. There's your RaidOps logo, firmly fixed bolt. Okay, so this one is probably keyed in, and that's not the one you want to turn. And they don't recommend messing with it too much, but that looks like a T8 on the left side. Haven't checked it, sorry. Titanium all the way through. Let's make sure it's not steel. I'm pretty sure it's titanium. Clip is steel. Yeah, and that is a titanium frame that has been stonewashed. The clip is not deep carry. A lot of you may not like that fact, but a lot of you do like having a fair amount of the knife sticking out of your pocket. This is going to be about 1.25 inches or so. Maybe about 1 inch by the time you push it down into that. It is not switchable to the left side, so not for lefties. We've got a double, that's a strong Yeah. Little slide offy here, okay? You can do it with one hand, but let's face it, you're not going to accidentally close it either. We've got thumb studs, work nicely. And I know I'm going to be using two hands to close it. It's not that it's that strong, it's that you, I don't know if the relief is really enough. We've got a fairly medium proud back flipper, works nicely. In this nice solid carbon fiber, yes it is through and through carbon fiber, not a surface laminate. And the grip is quite nice. I mean, what you have here is a full 4-finger grip with no jimping on the blade, but a fairly thick stock. And I don't know if I got anything here to test the edge with, but we'll see if we can find something before we're done. Just from the finger, it feels pretty decent. I was going to say not bitey, but I can feel it wanting to bite the finger there. So pretty good edge. And I guess you could either call it, I don't know, maybe a clip point. I don't really think we could call it a reverse Tonto, but reverse anything, you can turn it into something else. Branding here, we've got RaidOps design, made in Italy. Okay. And there is your M390. I am sorry, I don't know what the HRC is, but I'm going to grab a piece of paper and also check the, see if I can find the HRC here for you. Aha, well I found it. HRC 60, that's decent, you know, you can't really complain about that. Usually they give a range, but if they're saying HRC 60, I'm going to have to accept that. I did find a piece of paper, and yeah, man. Yeah, it is a sharp. It will cut, it will kill. Hello, Dagmar Kaida, I borrowed that from you. So I'm liking it. At first I wasn't quite sure. It's a bit of an odd design, particularly the way the clip was added on. But, you know, if they're seeing this as something tactical that you carry in a vest, or you don't mind having it inside the waistband, and these domed screws, if you use them for purchase, you have a good grip to grab this guy and pull it out of the pocket. So, you know, we got to just adjust our thinking sometimes. It may not be exactly what you're looking for, but it may fool you, you know. I'm seeing couple little ridges in there, you can see them, that could be designed purposely for your thumb to grab it, but I do find that it is pretty slippery. If you dig your finger in there, yeah, it's not going to be a fidget knife, guys. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, I'm being honest with the review. But then again, it's something maybe you could modify it. The price, 95 bucks for M390s, pretty incredible at 60 HRC. So getting a very decent steel, likely made by Viper in Italy. Overall length is almost 7.5 inches, a little bit shy of that. Your blade is 3 inches. I think they called it 2.99. Call that a 3-inch blade. And thicknesses, we got a pretty decent stock on this guy. Yeah. 4.1 millimeters. Is it? 4 millimeters, exactly. I guess that's as good a place as any to measure the handle. 13.1 millimeters on the blade handle thickness, 0.15 inches on the blade stock, and just over half an inch, 0.51 on the handle. See what we got for weight. And let's bring it around to grams. We've got 99.61 grams, almost 100 grams, and 3.51 ounces. So not quite the ounce per inch. Have they lightened it in any way? No, there's no weight relieving on the titanium side, no weight relieving on the carbon fiber side. 3 body screws, big slot for a lanyard. That lanyard might help you pull it out of the pocket, but I still think you get good grip here because they gave you plenty of real estate to grab. And you know, you look at some knives from, I don't know, I think you know the ones I'm talking about. They mount the clips low instead of high like that as well. And they're well-liked, well-known. I was going to say Demco, but probably not Demco, but possibly a few Demcos and a few others that we're seeing lately with this same style clip. So, and very high-end knives. We've got 2 screws here holding the hardened steel insert in. That is very interesting. You can see the insert there with the detent attached to it, detent ball. Let's try one more time. Yeah, there we go. If you really dig your thumb in, you can push that over. I did it once. My thumb's not that strong because it's been surgically altered to look weird and function weird. Anyway, opening is more important, tactically speaking, than closing. And it opens just fine. It's interesting that the thumb studs are these smooth studs, but you've got a lot of gap there to be able to get behind it without a problem. And those are ambidextrous. Obviously, a back flipper is ambidextrous. I can almost open it with one flick with the left hand. Pretty thick frame there that's engaging. And we've got about, I would say, somewhere in the 25% engagement there, maybe 30%. When it's closed, dead center, you could argue maybe a hair off. Open it that way as well, you know. Be inventive. Want to open it with gravity? Let's see. There we go. My little trick. Stop your hand like that. Yeah. How about a compare to Benchmade Griptilian? Griptilian's about 1 inch longer overall. With the blade about 1/2 inch longer. It is a 3.5 inch knife. So bar lock, axis lock on that guy. And a bigger compare. Rat 1, Monster, 1.5 inches or so longer. Blade about 1 inch longer-ish. I know it's not a 4-inch blade, so I think we're around 3 3/4 on that guy. And what else? Well, I got an MSI in the pocket. It's not going to be a fair compare, but you can see it next to the MSI for relative size. And I did mention that RaidOps makes impact weapons, and this is from them. Now, I don't know where this is made. Could be in South Korea, could be China, possibly. I'm not sure if they have a relationship with China to have stuff made, but, you know, very often they do in commerce. This is a real interesting impact weapon, all out of titanium. Why it says sharp edges, I don't know, unless you're talking about the clip. The clip is interestingly set up with a jimping here that could actually maybe, I don't know, serve as some kind of cutting instrument. Can be held this way, like a sharp knuckle. Can be held this way. can be held this way, and you know, versatile. But there is a they call it a double heat treated titanium, and they call that the Daniels CQCT Pro by RaidOps. So that's kind of cool. There is a review out on that along with some other impact weapons. There you go. The RaidOps Centauro CF Mini, now on deep discount deep discount at Tactical Elements for about 95 bucks, down from 220. So might be a cool little add to your EDC rotation if it falls into your wheelhouse, so to speak. Hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to like my video, and don't forget to click over here so that you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be well. Take care. Stay safe.